Hello students, welcome you all in the lecture series of strength of material. In the last lecture we have discussed elongation of a uniform bar, elongation of a prismatic bar. Uniform bar means the elongation of prismatic bar. The first case we have discussed the elongation of a prismatic bar. Okay, elongation of a prismatic bar. We have a simple bar with A cross sectional area, E the material, and L the length of the member, and we have applied some tensile load, let us say the load P. Then we have measured del is equal to PL divided by AE. Okay. After that, case number 2 which we have discussed was the elongation in stepped bar. Okay. Elongation in stepped bar. Okay. Elongation in stepped bar. Like that we have variation in cross section, but the variation is in steps. Okay. Like in the three members 1, 2 and 3, A1, E1, L1, A2, E2, L2 for 2, A3, A3 and L3 for corresponding to third material. We have applied a load P, then we have measured the value of del, and change in the length or elongation in the stepped bar is del 1 plus del 2 plus del 3, or we can observe that this is P1 L1 divided by A1 E1 plus P2 L2 divided by A2 E2 plus P3 L3 divided by A3 and E3. Okay. The third case is now we are having varying cross section. Now the cross sectional area is varying, the third case. Okay. In third case we are having two cases. One is when the cross sectional area is circular. Okay. When the cross sectional area is circular, then the elongation which we have already calculated is del is equal to let us say L is the length and 4 PL load applied P pi E D into D. The smaller section diameter is D, larger section diameter is capital D. Okay. Now the next case is when the cross sectional area variation is rectangular. Okay. Rectangular. This part we will discuss today. And fourth one, elongation due to self weight. Okay. This part we will discuss today, this rectangular variation and self weight. Okay. So first we are going to discuss the rectangular cross section. Okay. Rectangular cross section. Okay. Rectangular cross section means we are having a member whose cross sectional area is rectangular, and there is variation in the cross sectional area. Okay. At the smaller end we will have a smaller cross section, and at the larger end we will have. So we are going to draw, watch carefully. Let us say this is the larger end. Okay. And larger end we are having, this is the larger end, and this variation is in the rectangular cross section. Okay. Variation is in the rectangular cross section. As we have discussed in the previous case, the variation was in circular cross section. The cross sectional area was circular, but in this case the cross sectional area is rectangular. Now isometric view means the 3D view. 3D view means this is the 3D view. Okay, the cross sectional area is varying. Here we can observe that this is the smaller section and this is the larger section. Okay, now dotted line we can see clearly that this is the okay rectangular section. Here we have larger diameter, we have larger cross section. Here we are having a smaller cross section. Okay, so now we will designate the dimensions. Let's say this one is the B1 end, okay, and this end is the B2 end. Okay, this is the B2. So this is the B2 and the thickness, okay, the thickness is T, which remains uniform, which remains constant throughout the length. Okay, now the length of the member is, let's say the length of the member is L, the length of the member is L. Okay, from here to here we are having length L. Now from here we can clearly observe that if a tensile load P is acting in the axial direction, okay, normal load P is acting in the axial direction, so we will have elongation in the member, but the cross sectional area is varying and the manner of variation is rectangular. Okay, here we are having cross sectional area is B1 multiplied by T, and here we are having cross sectional area B2 multiplied by T. Okay, as we have calculated the in case of circular cross section, the same concepts we have to apply here. We will choose, because the del is equal to PL divided by AE, elongation is PL divided by AE. Now area is varying time to time. Okay, from length to length the cross sectional area is varying. Okay, so we have to choose a strip. Okay, whenever we are having variation, then we will go for the differential concepts. First we will observe, we will calculate the elongation for this strip. We have taken a strip at a distance x of thickness dx. Of thickness dx we have taken one strip. Now we can draw that strip separately, that is the strip. We can draw our strip separately. Okay, and this is the this one is the this is our strip. Okay, and we have to calculate the elongation in this bar. Okay, again method of section, we can only observe one load P is acting. Okay, so each and every member, on each and every member the load P is acting, Okay, now we have to measure this width of thickness remains constant T, and this width corresponding to this member which we have taken is, let's say, Bx, as we have measured in case of circular section, as we have measured in case of circular section. The same concepts we have to apply here. Now the same manner we are calculating the value of Bx, as we have calculated the value of dx, the diameter at x. That diameter was coming d plus, because we are taking a smaller end here, d plus capital D minus small d divided by L minus x. If we have taken the section from here, then it will come capital D minus d by L into x. So if we are taking from larger end, because the diameter is increasing, then d plus this quantity. If we have observed from here, then capital D minus this quantity. Okay, in the same manner we can write for the Bx, and this Bx is coming out to be B1 minus B2 divided by L into x. Okay, in the same manner, if we have taken section from here, then it will come B2 plus b1 minus b2 divided by L into x. Okay. So we can write this bx is equal to b1 minus this quantity. b1 is constant, means corresponding to this value is constant, b2 is same, x is same, then we can write this is the kx. We can write this b1 minus b2 divided by L as a k. Okay. Now we have to calculate elongation in this member. Okay. Elongation in this member element. Okay. So elongation in the element is del is equal to PL divided by AE, then PL. Now the length of the member is nothing but dx. P into dx divided by AE, area. Area of this strip will be equal to Bx multiplied by T. Bx multiplied by T, and Bx is B1 minus K into X multiplied by T into E. Okay, this formula. We have applied the same formula for the strip. Now we will calculate for the total member, for the complete member. For the complete member, this is for the element, and now for the complete member, we will have del integration del equal to integration of P dx divided by B1 minus K into X T into E, here 0 to del for the complete member. For the complete member, this one, and x is varying from 0 to L. X is varying from 0 to L. Okay. So we can write P is constant with respect to L divided by T into E. This is constant. Inside we will have dx divided by B1 minus K into X, and this is 0 to L, and this is 0 to L. Okay. Now we will integrate this equation, and integration will be like that. Del will be equal to P divided by TE integration of dx divided by B1 minus K into X. X is in downward direction, downward side. So we then it will be converted into ln of B1 minus K into X divided by the multiplication of x, and multiplication of x is minus k, and this limits are 0 to L. Okay. After that we can write P divided by TE multiplied by K. This minus sign we can change the limit. Okay. So this will be equal to ln B1 minus K into X, and limit we have changed L to 0. Okay. So del will be equal to P divided by T E K ln upper limit x 0. So this quantity will be 0 ln B1 minus ln, we will put K here, we will put L here, B1 minus K into L, B1 minus K into L. Okay. Then we can write P divided by T E K ln B1 minus ln B1 minus K. The value of K was B1 minus B2 divided by L. We have assumed B1 minus B2 divided by L as a K. Okay. So this quantity we will have. Now we can write P divided by T E K ln B1 minus this L will cancel out, B1 minus B1 plus B2. So this will come out to be ln B2. Ln this will come out to be ln B2. This ln A minus ln B will be equal to ln A by B. So we can write P divided by T E K ln B1 by B2. So this finally we can write del for the varying cross section, and the varying cross section manner is rectangular, thickness constant, equal to P divided by T E K, where K is B1 minus B2, B1 minus B2 by L. We can take L here, and in bracket we will have ln B1 by B2, B1 by B2. So this one is the formula for for the elongation of a member, elongation of the member, elongation of the member, and which is the fashion is rectangular. Okay. So, here all the quantities are given. P is the applied load, L is the length of the member, T is the thickness which remains constant, E is the material property which will be given, B1, B2. B1 is the width at the larger section and B2 is width at the smaller section. Ln B1 by B2. So, we can calculate the value of elongation for the varying cross section, and the cross section variation of cross section is rectangular in manner. Okay. Now, we will discuss the elongation due to self weight. Okay. So, elongation, now the topic we are discussing, the last topic for elongation, we are discussing the elongation due to self weight. Okay. Elongation due to self weight, elongation due to self weight. Okay. What is the meaning of self weight? Means now we are not applying any load on the member, but the length of the member is increasing due to self weight, means due to weight of the member. Okay. So, here we have a member and this member is attached to the wall, or we are having rigid attachment. Okay. And the member is like that. Okay. Now, this is the rectangular member. Okay. And due to this rectangular member, this member is having weight, due to weight which will act in the downward direction, due to weight the length of the member will increase. Okay. So, we have to calculate the length of the member, we have to calculate elongation due to self weight. Okay. Now, some quantities I am writing. Let us say A is the cross sectional area. Okay. A is the cross sectional area of this member. E is the material properties of the material. L is the length of the member, and one quantity we are taking as a gamma, where gamma is the weight density. Okay. The weight density, and weight density is weight per unit volume. Okay. So, weight of the member, let us say P is the weight of the member, P, where P is the total weight of the member, P is the total weight of the member. So, we can write gamma is equal to weight P divided by volume. Now, volume of this member is length multiplied by area, length is L, area is A. So, we can write this is A into L. Okay. From here we can write that P is coming out to be gamma into A into L. P is coming out to be gamma into A into L, means weight density is equal to weight per unit volume, then weight will be equal to weight density multiplied by volume. Weight density is gamma and volume is A into L. Okay. Now we have to calculate the elongation of the member due to its own weight. The formula for elongation which we have used till now, PL divided by AE. Okay. Now, differential concepts comes into the picture whenever we are having varying quantities. First, we have discussed that there is variation in the cross sectional area. Okay. Now, cross sectional area is constant for this one. Length of the member is same, AE material property, but the load P is varying. How the load P is varying? Okay. How the load P is varying. So, we can say that okay, the elongation, let us say we have taken a strip. Okay. We have taken a strip X from the lower end. Okay. From the lower end we have taken a strip of thickness dx. Okay. So, what will happen? elongation in this member dx will occur due to weight of the member which is in the downward side of the member. Okay, let's say we have taken a strip at this point, so the elongation in this member in this strip will occur due to load, due to weight of the member downward to this member. Okay, so if we have taken this strip, there is nothing in the downward direction, so there will be elongation 0. At the upper strip we will have the total weight. So the concept is the elongation in the member is occurring due to weight of the member present in the downward direction. Okay, in the downward direction. So we can write that at this strip x, why we have taken strip, because the weight of the member is changing. Let's say x is equal to 0, so there is no weight. Now we are changing the x, we are increasing the value of x. So the weight of the member, means the portion of the member which is in the downward direction, is increasing, so the weight will increase. Okay, so we can write that we have to calculate del, okay, weight px is the weight which is acting downward to this member. This px will be nothing, px will be equal to the weight of this member. Weight of this member will be equal to the px. Because of this weight, there will be elongation in this cross section. Okay, in this section we will have increment due to weight of the member present in the downward direction. So px multiplied by the same formula L will be equal to, we are taking this member only. So we are taking, let's say we have taken this member only, and this member weight is acting the px. Okay, in the upward direction, because of we are having equilibrium condition, then upward direction is also px. And px, now the same way we will calculate elongation of this strip. Then PL, L means dx divided by area is constant, and E material property is constant. Now this px will be equal to the weight of the member which is present below this strip. Okay, so the weight of the member will be equal to, we will calculate px from here. Weight density is equal to weight, let's say weight we are calculating the px divided by volume, weight per unit volume, and volume will be equal to A, and length of the member is, let's say we have taken strip at a distance x, then it will become P divided by A into x. So we can calculate px from here, gamma into A into x. Px will be equal to gamma into A into x. So we will put P is equal to gamma into A into x into dx divided by A into E. So the variation, this is for the strip, this is for the element, and this is for the, we have integrated it from x is varying from 0 to L, then this is 0 to L. So this is for the complete member. Then del will be equal to A cancel out, gamma by E integration 0 to L x into dx. So we can write gamma by E x square by 2. Okay, integration of x will be equal to x to the power n will be equal to x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So 0 to L. Now from here del is coming out to be gamma by E L square by 2. Okay, L square by 2. So del will be equal to gamma L square divided by 2E, gamma L square divided by 2E. Okay, more simplified we can write the value of gamma. Gamma was nothing but P divided by AL. Okay, gamma, now L square divided by 2E. L square divided by 2E, and this is coming out to be PL divided by 2AE. So del due to self weight, del due to self weight is coming out to be PL divided by 2AE. Okay, from here we can observe that del due to self weight is PL divided by 2AE, and del due to P applied, if we have applied a load P, then it is coming out to be PL divided by AE. So we can say that due to self weight, let's say the self weight, let's say the weight of the member is 10 Newton and we have applied a load of 10 Newton, then the elongation due to self weight is half of the elongation due to P applied. So from here we can observe that the self weight due to self weight elongation is half. Let's say P is the 10 Newton and 10 Newton is the load of the member, then due to this one we will have elongation, and suppose that we have applied a load of 10 Newton here, then the elongation will be double. Okay, elongation will be double of its actual value. Okay, so we can say that, and the variation, okay, and the del is directly proportional to, from here we can write that this question was asked in one of the GATE exam, that del is directly proportional to L square. Okay, del is directly proportional to L square, means we can say that the variation of del with respect to L is in the fashion of L square. Okay, so one more case inside this topic is, if we have the conical bar, this is the prismatic bar. Okay, prismatic bar means the cross sectional area of the member is same, and suppose that if we will have a prismatic bar, if we don't have any prismatic bar, or we will have a conical bar. Okay, we will have a conical bar. So just remember that for the conical bar, let's say conical bar, the elongation is 1/3 of this prismatic bar, PL divided by 2AE. Okay, the same load P is acting, means the self weight is P. Okay, and A is the cross sectional area, then we can say that it is 1/3 of, we can say 1/6 of PL divided by AE. Okay, so in case of a conical bar, in case of conical bar, the elongation is 1/3 of the prismatic bar, 1/3 of the prismatic bar. Okay, so this is it. We have discussed all the cases. For here we can have the prismatic bar, here we can have the prismatic bar, or we can have the conical bar. So we have discussed all the cases, elongation in the single member, prismatic member, PL divided by AE. Okay, just you have to remember these all also. Then stepped bar means the cross sectional area is varying in step. Okay, then the del is equal to del total. Okay, for del total we required P1, P2, P3, and P1, P2, P3 are the forces in member 1, 2, 3. These we will measure with the help by using the free body diagram or method of section. We can measure the value of P1, P2, P3, and we can calculate the del. Now the varying cross section. For the varying cross section we can have circular, we can have rectangular, and for the rectangular the formula came del is equal to PL divided by TE, PL divided by TE B1 minus B2 ln B1 by B2. Okay, then for the prismatic bar, due to self weight, del came out to be PL divided by 2AE, and for the conical bar del is coming to be PL divided by 6AE. Okay, so these are all cases for the elongation. Okay, this is it for today. Thank you.